So a lot of people have been messaging me and asking me to do this video. They want to know how to test for vacuum leaks, how to test for boost leaks if they've got any. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run you through the process of how to test that, all your boost hoses, all your vacuum hoses, and get rid of any boost leaks, any vacuum leaks, so your car's running 100%. So I'm going to just quickly run you through the bits you need. Obviously this is the most important part. I made this up myself, but very quickly, but you can make this out of a variety of different items. I make it in a 2.5 inch because most boost pipes come in 2.5 inch size, and you can upgrade or downgrade the size with the silicone joiner. So what I've done is I've got a stainless Schrader valve, as you can see here, and it's the same fittings that you get on your wheels or you get on your bikes, and I've got that 1/8 thread fitting. I'll put a link in the description where I got this from. I think I got this from Amazon. Make sure you get a metal one, because the plastic ones, they're just not going to survive the boost pressures we use. And also I've made a bung adapter and I've threaded that to 1/8 fitting. You can do it a variety of ways. You can weld that in, you can do other stuff. But the main thing is you want to get a capped pipe. So this one, as I said, is 2.5 inch. All I've done here is I just welded a cap around the top and then welded in the bung. Then I threaded in the Schrader valve, so it's a nice airtight fitting. Obviously I run a couple of beads around the pipe, and that just stops the hose popping off when I'm trying to do high boost pressures. So then obviously you're going to need some form of way of getting the air into the Schrader valve. I use this attached to the compressor because it's a lot quicker, it's a lot easier for me. Some people's not going to have a compressor, so you can use a foot pump. The same way that you'd pump up an inflatable bed or pump up your car tyre if you've got a leak, you can use one of them. Right, so I just wanted to show you a few different types of compressor housing that you're going to come across, because you're not always going to be testing on a VXR Turbo. So obviously the VXR Turbo is what this is made for. Fits on there nice and tight, 2.5 inch, no problem. But this is off a Sapphire Cosworth. This is about 60mm, so you're going to need to get a reducer silicone, because that's not going to fit on there nice and tightly, and you're going to get boost leaks. Same with this. This is a 4 inch off of a Borg Warner turbo with an anti-surge housing. You're going to need a silicone that fits around that. That's 102mm. That downsizes to a 2.5 inch mil, so it goes on there nice and tightly. If you're thinking, well, I can just test it from the outlet of the turbo instead, don't do it that way, because you're going to get times when you get boost leaks from the seal that goes around the compressor housing, or the nipple, the O-ring, the thread could have stripped. You're going to have the boost solenoid could be leaking, your wastegate could be leaking, your actuator could be leaking. They can be causing you boost problems as well. So always do it from the intake side of the turbo. That's how I'm going to show you. If like me, you're going to use a small compressor to do it. Make sure you've got a regulator on the compressor and a pressure gauge. So you want to regulate the pressure to around 2.5 bar, so you ain't going to be putting 9 bar into your intake system and blowing all your gaskets and O-rings out. Right, so now attach your silicone joiner, whatever size that you've gone for, but make sure that this clip is done up super tight, because you do not want this bung popping off and hitting you in the head when you're underneath the engine bay, because that's going to hurt. Right, you can see now where you're going to attach this to on the intake system. So take off your intake pipe and attach this bung to the compressor side of the turbo, and now we're going to fill the Schrader valve with air. This car's got no boost leaks, so I'm going to make some boost leaks just to show you what they sound like and how to find them. Right, so as I said earlier, make sure your regulator is set to about 30 psi, so it can't go any higher than that, and you'll be good. Right, so now attach your Schrader valve to your connector, just like you would on a car or a bike tyre, and put some air in. What I've done is I've just loosened up a clip, and we're going to create a boost leak. So I'm going to fill up with air now, as you can hear. And you can hear boost leaking out the pipe. So what you do is find the boost leak. Obviously this is a big boost leak, so it's a lot easier to find, but I'll show you how to find the smaller boost leaks as well. Right, so now I've done that Jubilee clip up, I'm going to disconnect a vacuum line, just so that you can see what it's like if you've got a split in your vacuum line. So you can hear that clearly coming out of there. Obviously that's a big leak, so that's easier to find. The smaller leaks are actually pretty much the same to find. If you can't find out where they're coming from, I'll show you a little trick to use to find. If it's just coming from, say, the inlet area and you don't know where it's coming from, I'll show you a little trick. So just simply get yourself some water, put some soap in it, fairy liquid or whatever you use, dishwasher soap. Then get yourself a rag and soak it in there. So you can also use a spray bottle with some fairy liquid in, but this is a lot less messier way. Right, so as this car hasn't got any boost leaks or vacuum leaks, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut a vacuum line with a scalpel. And I'm going to create an intermittent leak, which is a leak that doesn't leak all the time. So it's the hardest ones of the lot to find. As you can see what I've done there, I've cut it, but normally it would seal under no pressure. A bit of engine movement and it's going to leak. So that's what I'm going to show you how to find now. Right, so here we go. Get your soapy cloth and wrap it around whatever pipe you've got an inkling that it's actually coming from. So I'm just going to wrap this one around, obviously, the hose that I've cut. And then I'm going to pressurise it. As you can see there, starts blowing bubbles. Now, normally with a boost leak, you would have the bubbles blowing out constantly, but because it's an intermittent leak, the pipe has to be moved to create the bubbles, as you can see there. So just keep your boost going into the engine. These are the hardest ones to find. You can see why. And even them, with this little trick, you can find them. You can just about hear it leaking. Just pressurise it quickly. And there you go. So you can see, just keep pressurising it. And you'll find it just blows nice bubbles out. And then you can have a look at your split pipe. You can see where it's coming from there. So yeah, nothing special in this vid, just a simple how-to. Hope it helps a lot of people out. They've been asking me questions. Videos help out more than words and pictures. So yeah, go and check. I bet you have got some boost leaks and vacuum leaks that you don't even think you've got. It's a great way to test out. And drop me a message if you did get any boost leaks that you've sorted out, or if the video helped you out, or if you have any more questions or videos that you want me to answer in the future, just let me know in the comments section. I'll get round to doing it for you. Yeah, so thanks for watching the video.